Hello, welcome back. Today I will do a recording on the thematic of King Paimon, the Grimoire of King Paimon, Lord of the Endless Silence, the Lord of the Abyss. It is a large book, a large grimoire, around 700 pages that tells the story of King Paimon, and this is a recording part of a larger playlist where I talk about King Paimon and the process of writing the book of King Paimon, or my own different experiences that I had dealing or working with King Paimon. The differences, of course, are essential because in the same time it helped me to get a better understanding of King Paimon, the way I came upon his name, the research I did, or the findings I have concluded on my own behalf. Now it is my masterpiece, it is my master book from all the books that I have written. King Paimon always will be and is my number one. So there is the element of the first grimoire I have written, and for me the best book that I have ever written or ever will write. It is connected to King Paimon, that has very strong, loving, emotional connection to my heart as well. It is a character that really helped me and really did so many different things, and made me change in those areas where I needed help with, or in general I needed help. It was that kind and gentle and very intelligent being of King Paimon that somehow managed to reach me in that depth, or in that part of me that I didn't find a way out. So King Paimon, in my eyes, is a savior. It is a very powerful and very good king. King Paimon is a king, and it's like the first idea of Paimon is always the idea of king. It is part of his name, it is part of his lineage. So there are a lot of things that come with that as well. I would say King Paimon, say, well, Paimon, king, or prince. As I've said, the prince has been once born a prince and will become the king. The king goes through the element of the prince as well. And the book tells the story of King Paimon. Of course, it is the element of King Paimon that interests me in the most, the element of the ancient history or ancient past of King Paimon, with other elements of that love story that I created. So the grimoire goes through different even genres in some way or another. It does move through different type of waters or different type of stories that all correlate with one another. Of course, they all speak about King Paimon. The essential point is King Paimon. And in the recordings, it's always a pleasure to talk about King Paimon, because King Paimon has a very interesting way to present things, a very interesting way to make one understand things. It is a special quality of the mastership, or the element of the teaching or teacher of King Paimon. There is something that resonates with my heart, truly and fully from the beginning. It was such a beautiful experience, me discovering him and finding things about him that made sense for me, and then developing the book and the story and the grimoire of King Paimon, of course, brought me eternal joy and happiness, because it is just a book that I love so much. It has different stylistically interesting aspects, but there are other, of course, aspects that at this moment interest me, that are a little beyond the book. The book is, as I said, the big, large step towards that story of King Paimon. But my journey goes on from that book, from that grimoire, to other thoughts, to other ideas that connect me to King Paimon, or is there this connection that I have with him. It is something that I cannot conclude in one book, that's the feeling. There is no end when it comes to with King Paimon. That's one of the elements I love so much about him. The idea of eternity, the eternal being, the eternal moment, the element of eternity, in every splendor. It means it is a very high ideal, very beautiful ideal that the King Paimon has. It is that part of the eternity, or the eternal being, or the eternal King Paimon. And The story moves very beautifully through the desert, through the area where King Paimon is king, and through that travel, through that journey of him being a traveler, through different parts of that Peninsula Arabica or the Arabic lands. So there are many different places where King Paimon went through or visited or has been seen or has been spoken to or observed. So there is the element of King Paimon very much deep rooted in the history of the ancient history. And that's a very beautiful aspect. And through that journey, King Paimon meets the girl in the market, the element of the song, and he carries the silence, the song and the silence coming together, that element of the silence and the beauty of the silence that is filled out with melody or music, or a type of love that they find within each other. So the journey traverses the desert, the sense of time, represents that eternity or eternal love, of course. So the symbols have a lot to do with the story of King Paimon. All the aspects of King Paimon fit perfectly in my story as well. I have worked very detailed. The way I worked on King Paimon was very, very hard and very strict and very serious about the manuscript, the way I wanted to have it. So say the text, the way it appears in the book, is the way I wanted it to be. Other elements of King Paimon, of course, there are the elements of the camel, of the desert, of the blue sea, everything what seems or feels eternal, like the sky, it's like it looks endless, or the desert looks endless or vast, the element of a lot, the sense, the element of eternity, the sense of time, that represents eternity, or eternal time. So they're very beautiful concepts when it comes with King Paimon, very high elevated ideals, of course, and it is that beauty that King Paimon carries through that silence, through that part of him that's very much connected to the beautiful elements of the silence, and that is a thematic that one can enter and discuss a lot about the element of the silence of King Paimon, what it represents, what it means, And the book represents even other different stories about King Paimon. We did different chronology appearing from different times as well, a recollection of King Paimon from other people that have spoken with him and have met him or seen him. So there is that point of view from the other as well, together with the opinion or the words of King Paimon. So there is this very much alive feel, even if the book or the subject is very ancient, very old. And I invite you to, of course, read and buy the book of King Paimon. It's a very beautiful manuscript. It's a very beautiful book. I recommend absolutely everyone. It is a book that one can definitely find meaning, no matter what genre you like, no matter what thematic. King Paimon is a type of book like that. That's my opinion. If you want to buy the book, it is in the description box, the link to my book. And the playlist of Paimon is included in the link as well, another link. Or my other books, if you're interested, you can find my author page with all my books that I have written until now. But as I've said, King Paimon is my masterpiece. That's the element of the mastership that I have owned through writing a King Paimon grimoire as well. It is something that I deserve as well, the medal of mine, of me completing this book as well. Like, I understand the value, I know the value of my book. And what intrigues me and intrigues me in so many beautiful ways are the many very wide or different elements of King Paimon that fit so well together. That's the idea of the beautiful truth of the paradox, or the simple truth of something being simple and true, that the paradox can explain through two meanings of one answer. There is that element of subtraction from 2 to 1, from more to less. There is the element of King Paimon as well, the element of the silence. And In the desert we have the deepest silence. In the desert we find that silence, and that is the element of King Paimon as well. As I've said, all the elements fit perfectly together. That's why I know the story is true. That's why for me King Paimon is true. That's why he exists. That's why everything is, there's no lie when it comes to King Paimon. Everything is true, no? So that grimoire carries the truth of King Paimon as well. And of course the element of power, the element of the presentation of King Paimon as the magician of the West, which of course connected to the sun, is connected to the sunset or the sunrise, in that moment of being, something so beautiful that repeats itself through eternity, That's the element of King Paimon as well. Thank you so much for listening. As I've said, this is only a recording part of a larger playlist. If you want to listen to the entire playlist of King Paimon, I invite you to do so. There's a link in the description box. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, bye.